Hey guys, David Franklin here with Steve Hicks and the famous Christy Mitchell. Christy works for the Bartow County School System. What's your official title, Christy?
Program coordinator.
Program coordinator. And listen, I get to work with you a lot, but my primary point person on Read2grow. But Christy, we got a whole bunch of people that are new to Bartow County. We've got people that have never heard about Read2grow, so tell us what Read2grow is.
Okay. Well, we started back in 2018, and Read2grow is a program where we've asked volunteers from the community to come into our schools, work with primarily kindergarten, first, second grade students, and really just practice reading to build their reading skills. We have found that students that are not on grade level by third grade have a harder time after that. And so our kids, when they come into school from kindergarten through third, are learning how to read. And then from third on, they're reading to learn. And so we need to make sure they're at grade level.
But guys, you got to make sure, because I'd never heard this. Now, all educators know this. I've been blown away. But those of us who aren't in the education, now listen to this. Before third grade, you learn to read. After third grade, you read to learn. Mm-hmm. Christy, do I have it right? There's like 270 so sight words that you can't sound out.
Right.
Like hat, bat, rat, cat. A kid can sound those out, but is, are, they, them, those things, they just have to learn those, don't they?
Right. And what we were looking at is now we really focus on the science of reading and how your brain looks at those and has to map out sounds and match those sounds to letters. And so a couple of things that we can do are just working with kids to identify capital letters and lowercase letters. Things like that you don't really think about, but that makes a big difference. So our volunteers can come in. We ask them to come in for about an hour a week and work with a group of kids. We're kind of revamping things to make it a little bit more structured. So when a volunteer comes in, they know exactly what to do, and they'll spend a couple minutes with a student and just practice that. And hopefully by the time they're in third grade, they'll be on grade level.
Hey guys, let me tell you what really shocked me, okay? I mean, I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense that a kid that starts getting behind, starts getting frustrated, and I learn they act out, but they use that third grade reading score. It's more important than high school graduation rate, because how many, they make the prediction of how many people are going to drop out, a lot of different things. But the biggest one that just blew my mind was the whole thing of how many jail cells to build in the future. That's a key metric, third grade reading proficiency. And Christy, when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh. And I remember I was in that meeting and we looked at the national average was like 37%. And I was like, oh my gosh. So then we saw Bartow County was in that mid 30s, and I was like, holy smoke, we've got a disaster.
Right.
And it starts making sense when somebody doesn't have somebody helping them at home and just working with them and getting support, stuff like that. So 2008, we started and said, hey, what can we, the community, do to help? And
that's been amazing.
Yeah.
We started out maybe 100 volunteers. Before Read2grow, we probably had at most 50 volunteers district-wide. And once we started with Read2grow, we were up to 400 before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So that is our goal, to get back to that, to get our businesses back, to let employees come out. We really look at the senior community to get them in. I think they benefit as much as our kids do, and the relationships have been amazing. But if we can get people back in, and we're looking at maybe doing a Read2grow Spanish this year. So make sure our kids that are Spanish speakers will continue to build their language, because if they can build that first language, it's easier to develop the second. So there's so many benefits.
And Christian, we've seen reading scores in Bartow County go up significantly, haven't we? I mean, I heard a number the other day of third, fourth, and fifth graders. It was like over 64%, which is historic.
Yes.
I mean, which is a shout out to all you volunteers that have just made such a huge difference. Steve, you've been a Read2grow volunteer.
Yeah.
So what was your experience?
It was good. It was not too much of a commitment. You know, like Christy said, it was about an hour a week, and so I'd show up at the school. I'd head to the classroom, and you kind of get to build those relationships with the office workers and the teacher, and so they get to know you, which is nice. But once you get to the classroom, The teacher would hand you a little stack of index cards or little worksheets or whatever it was that she had planned to do with the kids. And so then you'd go sit outside the classroom at a little desk, and they'd send out the kids. Sometimes it'd just be one kid at a time. At other times you'd play a little game, and so you'd have 2 or 3 kids at a time. But it was pretty simple. It was pretty easy to do. You just help them pronounce things, sound things out. You just do things, do little quizzes, and it was a good experience. It was a good opportunity. Not just to be able to just help and see the reading, but just to really kind of build some of the relationships, because the kids, they really get forward to you coming. Like they know you'll be there every week, and they get excited when you're there, and so it just really opens up an opportunity to just build a relationship with them. And obviously we hope that will help extend maybe to possibly with the parents or with the teachers and the school staff. So it's a great way to really kind of get plugged in and get connected outside of the walls of our churches, in our community, in our schools, and just really being able to do something that is meaningful and really truly gives back and makes a difference.
And I think you just said the key word. It really makes a difference. And guys, one of the things, Chrissy, I think you've heard me talk about, learn some language, downstream problems and upstream things. And so downstream things is like, hey, let's help people when they're coming out of jail and all sorts of stuff like that, food, things like that. But upstream strategies, how do we help them keep from getting there?
Right. Let's be
And
proactive.
this is one of the strongest upstream strategies that keeps kids, because it's not just teaching them to read. It's like putting you in a classroom and now they've got support, but they got relationships to where they're being encouraged. And not all kids have that. I mean, I had that as a kid growing up. I mean, I had great parents, but not everybody has that advantage.
And you're very busy between work and school and sports, and so to have that one-on-one time with somebody is amazing. To have it with a male is good, because in most of our elementary schools we have female teachers, and so you walk in, you're a hero right away because you're there to spend time with them. And we saw that first year in between August and December, the amount of improvement that we saw was more than double than what was normal. So we knew that it was working, and we just had to keep going. So now we are really looking at how to best make sure what we're doing directly relates to what the teachers are doing, and for the teachers to have that support too. It's really nice.
Yeah, I found out that teachers love volunteers to come in to where they've got help and support. I just, it was a great experience for me. Guys, we got to be honest, the reason I liked it so much was because those kids thought I was cool, and most people don't think I'm cool, but those kids did, I was like, hey, these kids there.
And you learn some literacy strategies, so then you can take those home and, use them with your own kids.
That's true. I did that with my son, and it really made a difference.
See, I've done it with my grandchildren. And, guys, I got to be honest, I worked with predominantly 5 little boys, and some of those boys were plenty smart. They just needed some encouragement, a little help. There was a kid or two that I was like, there's no way this kid's going to be able to get this. But he did.
Right.
And of course, I was way more proud than he was that he got out of first grade. But, that kid's life can be different forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Can be different.
And that's the thing. I mean, a lot of our kids, whether it's the reading or the relationships, just that time to share. When you're in a classroom and you have 30 kids, it's hard to get to everybody. And they're at all different levels. So this really individualizes for us. And if we're working with a couple kids, that gives the teacher time to work with some kids that maybe really are struggling and get that extra help. And then the kids that are doing well, we can extend their learning. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, it really has an impact with everybody. So, Chrissy, let's talk logistics. So, guys, just to make sure that you understand this, you would go to the same classroom every week. Because what we encourage is businesses, churches, groups, kind of to adopt a classroom. And so there's a team, and if we get like somebody Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then that works great. 6 people for a group for one class. That way, if somebody has a doctor's appointment, we're very consistent. We try to always have somebody so the teachers can count on us. So we're going to start doing registration, August?
We'll start in August. Once the kids get back and the teachers have their schedules, we'll know what the reading times are. And then we will start to recruit. So we really want to have, like you said, you can pick your school, something that's convenient to home or work. Some of our volunteers, their children are our teachers, so we can pair you with somebody that you know. And then really we'll do a training, make sure, you kind of know what's expected to go when you go in. And it's pretty easy. You just kind of show up, and like we said, we're going to have very structured instructions. So when you come in, you'll have your activity, you'll know exactly who to work with, and spend about an hour at school.
About an hour at school. And the training is not hard.
Training's not hard.
I mean, it really is. Guys, I'm telling you, you would be shocked at how easy this is.
Yeah.
But the difference it makes for the amount of time and energy, the impact is, it's some of the most prolific rewards.
And I think you see the impact from week to week, and the kids are really excited to show you that. But it's neat. You don't have to wait for a test. When you go in and they didn't get that word last week, and then now they can say it and they can read it and spell it and use it in a sentence, they understand. So that's fun too. They really do expect their volunteers to be there every week, and they look forward to it. And it's been a bonus for our school systems.
Yeah, I mean, it really has, and I think it's one of those ways that a community working together to solve community challenges, and it's a way to help. You're helping not just a kid that is struggling, but you're also giving more time for the teacher to help other kids, and so it helps everybody in the classroom. And it's an absolute win. So, Christy, Bartow County School System website.
Yes.
They can sign up for Read2grow.
They can sign up anytime. They can go to our website. I think it's under the community section of volunteers. We're always looking for mentors too. There's an application that'll come right into me, and then in August, once we get our schedules set up, we will start to contact volunteers. And we're going to go back to kind of what we did when we started. We're going to have a point person at each school, so we will make sure our schedules set up. Everybody knows when they're going to go in. Hopefully we'll have enough to have a substitute, so if somebody needs to take some time. And we look forward to getting it back in there and get strong.
So guys, you've got the perfect opportunity. One other thing, Christy, you mentioned mentors.
Yes.
And that's something, y'all, and I think, like a lot of people ask me, hey, is the city school system doing, yes, they're going to do something called Growing Readers.
Right.
Both school systems are asking for mentors. Guys, I've been doing a bunch of mentoring. I'm telling you that you want to help make a difference. Read2grow and mentoring in our school system. And I know some of y'all are thinking, well, I'm too old. Listen, they think I'm cool, and I've got more gray hair than most of y'all do. So what I want to encourage you, it's not about age, it's do you care? Are you authentic and genuine?
Right.
And if you're those simple things, Steve, you've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's what kids, and they pick up on it. So if you want to go make a difference in somebody's life, guys, this is the way to do it. So Steve, we'll make sure this video gets out, but then we'll start sending out stuff with some QR codes and stuff like that where people can sign up. And if you don't do QR codes, don't worry about it. Website, we'll make sure that you can get connected. Because guys, listen, if we want to really build a better Bartow, we got to have people that can read.
Yeah.
I mean, because that determines work, what kind of job they can have. I mean, and that's an essential foundational part of human flourishing.
Yeah, it'll set you up for success if you're on grade level. Because once you can read, you can do anything.
Yeah, that is absolutely right. Steve, any last thing you want to add?
No, I would just really encourage everybody to think through it and pray through it, and just if you feel like you don't have the time and you're crazy, I would challenge you to really look and see if there's that 1 hour that you can block out, because I promise you it is worth it, and for so many reasons. And so I would really encourage you guys to truly consider being a part of this yourselves, and then also for the rest of our church members and everybody else. It's just a great.
We're trying to get our whole. We had business. I think, Christy, we had 30-something businesses that had done this.
A lot of businesses let their employees go for an hour a week to do this, and that was great. And that's, we talked about mentoring. That's just another way that we can connect with the community. So as the kids are learning to read, they're also learning, oh, there's a job out there that I might be interested in, and it gives them that motivation.
Guys, one of the things that some of you, if you're new to Bartow County, we're a little different here. Some people say we're weird, but we're good weird, okay? But we actually have a school system that partners with the community. So you got businesses, faith community, government, we all work together to solve community problems, and this is a huge way to do it. And you know, Christy, I've lived multiple places, multiple states. I've never seen a community be like this. And thank y'all, Bartow County School System, for letting us as volunteers come in and work.
Yeah.
And we've got some incredible stories
Yeah,
about
we do.
kids.
We do. And it's been amazing. So I can pretty much guarantee our volunteers are going to have a good time.
Oh.
It's fun. And
listen, I still have people come up and hug my neck and say, thank you for getting me connected with Read2grow. I have more fun doing that because kids are fun.
It's the ones that were dragged to our trainings. You know, we've had some people that a lady brought her husband one time and he didn't think he would be able to relate to the kids. And he calls me every year over the summer just to make sure we're going to do it again.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so I do think it does. It changes, it makes a difference for them, but yeah, it's a positive for all of us.
So guys, you got one life to live. You can either live it for yourself or you can do something to make an impact, serve other people. I'm telling you, that's where the joy is. And so this is a great opportunity. So Christy, thank you. Steve, thank you. And guys, oh, by the way, you got friends, recruit them, go do it. You can do it as a family, with friends. You can do it with people from work, all kinds of things. School is great about working with us, all kinds of things like that. So Read2grow this year starts in September, but you want to sign up in October. You'll have a great year. Oh, and you do get fall break, Christmas break,
That's right.
spring break. I'm just
Time
saying,
off.
winter break. Hey guys, I mean, it's a win-win. So, hey, listen, thank you, and look forward to seeing you in the classroom.